What actually happened to the unfortunate submersible Titan, which was transporting 5 expeditors to the wreckage of Titanic? On the 18th of June 2023, a tragic incident in the waters ID North Atlantic Ocean has shook the whole world. Titan, a submersible operated by OceanGate, an American tourism company, imploded during its descent in the North Atlantic Ocean, about 320 nautical miles, 590 kilometers, off the coast of Newfoundland, Canada. The submersible, carrying 5 people, was part of a disaster tourism expedition to sightsee the wreck of the Titanic. Communication with Titan was lost 1 hour and 45 minutes into its dive. Authorities were alerted when it failed to resurface at the scheduled time later that day. After a search lasting nearly 80 hours, a remotely operated underwater vehicle, ROV, deployed from Canada's Horizon Arctic vessel, discovered a debris field containing parts of Titan, about 500 meters, 1,600 feet, from the bow of the Titanic. The search area was informed by the U.S. Navy's sonar detection of an acoustic signature consistent with an implosion around the time communications with the submersible ceased, suggesting the pressure hull had imploded while Titan was descending, resulting in the instantaneous death of all 5 occupants. The search and rescue operation was conducted by an international team led by the United States Coast Guard, United States Navy, and Canadian Coast Guard. Support was provided by aircraft from the Royal Canadian Air Force and United States Air National Guard, a Royal Canadian Navy ship, as well as several commercial and research vessels and ROVs. Numerous industry experts had raised concerns about the safety of the vessel. OceanGate executives had not sought certification for Titan, arguing that excessive safety protocols hindered innovation. Titanic details. The Titanic was a British ocean liner that sank in the North Atlantic on the 15th of April 1912 after colliding with an iceberg. More than 1,500 died, making it the deadliest sinking of a single ship up to that time. In 1985, Robert Ballard located the wreck of the Titanic on the ocean floor, around 400 nautical miles, 740 kilometers, 460 miles, from the coast of Newfoundland. The wreck lies at a depth of about 3,810 meters, 12,500 feet, 2,080 fathoms. The wreck has been the focus of intense interest and has been visited by numerous tourist and scientific expeditions. OceanGate. OceanGate is a private company, founded by Stockton Rush and Guillermo Sonline in 2009. Since 2010, it has transported paying customers in leased commercial submersibles off the coast of California, in the Gulf of Mexico, and in the Atlantic Ocean. The company is based in Everett, Washington, U.S. Titan details. Titan was a 5-person submersible vessel operated by OceanGate Inc. The 6-7-meter long, 22 feet, 10,432 kilograms, 23,000 pounds vessel was constructed from carbon fiber and titanium. The entire pressure vessel consisted of 2 titanium hemispheres, 2 matching titanium interface rings, connected by the 142 centimeters, 56 internal diameter, 2 4-meter-long, 7.9 feet carbon fiber wound cylinder. One of the titanium hemispherical end caps was fitted with a 380 mm diameter, 15 acrylic window. In 2020, Rush said that the hull, originally designed to reach 4,000 m below sea level, had been downgraded to a depth rating of 3,000 m, 9,800 feet, after demonstrating signs of cyclic fatigue. In 2020 and 2021, the hull was repaired or rebuilt. Rush told the Travel Weekly editor-in-chief that the carbon fiber had been sourced at a discount from Boeing because it was too old for use in the company's airplanes. Boeing stated they have no records of any sale to Rush or to OceanGate. Passenger details. Hamish Harding. Also on Thursday, Dubai-based Action Aviation, the company owned by British businessman Harding, released a statement on behalf of his family. The 58-year-old, who had an impressive list of extreme expeditions under his belt, was based in the United Arab Emirates and was a trained jet pilot. British businessman Hamish Harding, pictured here in Beverly Hills, California in January, was the holder of 3 Guinness World Records. Victoria Sirakova Getty Images. Harding was the chairman of Action Aviation, an aviation sales and consulting company. Stockton Rush. As for Rush, the CEO of Titan's operator OceanGate CEO and co-founder Stockton Rush speaks near Nantucket, Mass. On June 13, 2016. Bill Sykes AP Rush, a British businessman, founded OceanGate in 2009 and served as the organization's CEO, overseeing the development of submersibles that would be able to travel up to 20,000 feet below the ocean's surface. Taking an early lead in an emerging market, Stockton recognized that private industry funding and utilization of modern materials could have a major impact on our ability to explore the deep oceans while significantly lowering the cost of discovery, the OceanGate website says. Paul-Henri Nargeolet, pictured at a Paris Expo in May 2013, was considered a leading Titanic expert. Nargeolet, known as Mr. Titanic for his expertise of the ship, spent 22 years in the French Navy, where he was eventually ranked commander. He retired from the Navy in 1986 and oversaw 2 deep-sea submersibles at the French Institute for Research and Exploitation of the Sea. While there, he led the first recovery dive to the Titanic wreckage in 1987, according to his biography. He was the director of underwater research for RMS Titanic Inc., a company dedicated to preserving the history of the Titanic, and the EM Group, a company that provides exhibitions and other entertainment. Shahzada and Suleiman Dawood. The family of businessman Shahzada Dawood, 48, and his son Suleiman Dawood, 19. Shahzada Dawood was the vice chairman of Engro, a Pakistani energy investment company, and the Dawood Hercules Corp., an investment and holdings firm. He had expertise in mergers and acquisitions in companies across industries such as textiles, fertilizers, foods, and energy. Additionally, he served on various boards, including the SETI Institute, a NASA-funded nonprofit dedicated to extraterrestrial research, and Prince Charles's charity, Prince's Trust International. Dawood obtained an undergraduate law degree from Buckingham University in the UK and a Master's of Science in Global Textile Marketing from Philadelphia University, now known as Thomas Jefferson University. Suleiman Dawood. The 19-year-old Suleiman, a college student, was the son of Shahzada Dawood. He had recently completed his first year as a business major at the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow, Scotland. The incident itself. In early 2023, Rush offered Las Vegas businessman Jay Bloom discounted tickets for a voyage that was scheduled to take place in May. The tickets were priced at $150,000 per seat instead of the original $250,000, and Rush assured Bloom that the trip was safe. However, Bloom declined the offer due to concerns about safety. The expedition to the Titanic finally departed from St. John, Newfoundland, on the 16th of June 2023, aboard a research and expedition ship. The dive operation began on the 18th of June at 9:30 a.m. Newfoundland Daylight Time, NDT, or 12 o'clock UTC. Initially, communication between the submersible called Titan and the mothership, Polar Prince, occurred every 15 minutes. However, communication abruptly ceased after a recorded message at 11:15 a.m., 13:45 UTC. The submersible was supposed to resurface at 4:30 p.m., 19 o'clock UTC, but lost contact with Polar Prince at 7:10 p.m., 21:40 UTC. The U.S. Coast Guard was informed about the missing vessel. When the submersible set out, it had enough breathable air supply for its 5 passengers for up to 96 hours. This meant that if the submersible remained intact, the air supply would have run out on the morning of the 22nd of June, 2023. Hours after Titan submerged, an acoustic detection system used by the U.S. Navy to locate military submarines detected an acoustic signature consistent with an implosion. This information came to light after the submersible was reported missing, prompting the Navy to review its acoustic data from that time period. Upon discovering this information, the Navy shared it with the Coast Guard. A comprehensive search and rescue operation was carried out jointly by the U.S. and Canadian navies. The United States Coast Guard, United States Navy, and Canadian Coast Guard took the lead in these efforts. The search involved the deployment of aircraft from the Royal Canadian Air Force and United States Air National Guard, a Royal Canadian Navy ship, as well as various commercial and research vessels and remotely operated underwater vehicles. ROVs. On the 22nd of June, at 1:18 p.m., 1548 UTC, the U.S. Coast Guard's northeast sector announced the discovery of a debris field near the Titanic wreck. The debris was found by Pelagic Research Service's Odysseus 6K ROV after 5 hours of searching, and it was later confirmed to be part of the submersible. During a press conference held by the U.S. Coast Guard in Boston at 4:30 p.m., 19 o'clock UTC, it was revealed that the submersible's loss was a result of an implosion of the pressure chamber. Pieces of the submersible, including the tail cone and the forward and aft end bells, which were part of the pressure vessel, were found on the seafloor approximately 1,600 feet, about 500 meters, from the bow of the Titanic. The debris was concentrated in two areas, with the aft end bell separated from the front end bell and tail cone, according to the U.S. Coast Guard. Conclusion: this incident shook the whole world and came to speculations that many of the safety standards were not taken care of as per the SOPs. As per Stockturn Rush statement in 2021, some of the safety rules have been ignored in the design of Titan, as instead of steel aviation grade, carbon fiber was used for lightweight, and also he wanted to bring innovations in this industry. Before launching, Titan was tested in the pressure of 5,000 to 10,000 psi, and it survived the test. But as per the experts in the real scenario, there is not only the water pressure which affects the vessel, but also several other factors like water current and friction. Also, it was reported that there were cracks reported which were also indicated in an earlier trip. This unfortunate vessel and passengers will always be remembered for someone who visited to view wreckage of a sunk ship and themselves became salvage.